Welcome to the Get Fit Guys, quick and dirty tips to slim down and shape up. My name is Ben Greenfield. I'm the Get Fit Guy, and in today's episode, I am going to be giving you part 2 of my series on the perfect workout for 2017. In last week's episode, you discovered how to intelligently and properly structure things like strength, speed, and power training into a perfect workout plan. Now, I would highly recommend you go back and check that one out. It's at quickanddirtytips.com. Episode number 320. Now, unless you're a football lineman, for example, you'll still need to include additional training modalities to have a truly perfect training program that targets every component of your body, brain, and nervous system. So let's pick up where we left off and dive into the next component of training, cardio. As you learned in my episode, Does Weight Training Count as Cardio? A lot of the strength and power training methods you learned in last week's episode will train your cardiovascular system. But if you're an athlete, you want to work on fitness parameters like VO2 max or lactate threshold or mitochondrial density or fat burning efficiency, or you're training for some kind of an event like a triathlon, an obstacle race, etc., then using bicycling, running, elliptical trainer, rowing, swimming, or any other cardio mode of choice, you should actually do the following, preferably on Mondays and Thursdays, which would be the same days that you do your strength training. Do 5 4-minute hard efforts with full recoveries between each. That's one option. Another option is 4 to 6 30-second sprints with full 2 to 4 minutes of recovery after each. Now, those are a couple of the cardio options that have been shown to give the most bang for the buck when it comes to cardiovascular interval training. The only one I'd consider throwing in there would be, if you didn't want to do the 4-minute hard efforts or the 30-second sprints, would be 1 to 2 Tabata sets, where you do 4 total minutes of 20 seconds really hard and then 10 seconds easy. Either way, you just have a few different high-intensity cardio routines that you need to be able to plan and including in a perfect workout, again, preferably on the Monday and Thursday strength days. Now, let's review. You're training strength on Mondays and Thursdays and training power and speed on Tuesdays and Fridays, and then doing the cardio, preferably on Mondays and Thursdays as well. Now, on a middle day of the week, preferably a Wednesday, you should give yourself a chance to challenge both your brain and your body at the same time. If you're sore or beat up from the workouts, try something like an easy paddleboard, a new yoga class, hiking, frisbee golf, regular golf, etc. Or for more of a challenge, try tennis, basketball, ultimate frisbee, soccer, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu. And this middle day is basically your free day to engage in a hobby of your choice. Just don't beat yourself up too much because Thursday and Friday in this workout plan are pretty physically intensive. Now, as far as the weekend, I would recommend doing a weekend adventure, using the weekend as an opportunity to choose an adventure of choice, preferably outdoors. This could be hiking, skiing, snowboarding, road bicycling, mountain biking, playing on an obstacle course, etc. Now, over at bengreenfieldfitness.com/detox plan, you can see a structured plan I wrote out for a program just like this, and it shows that you should also ideally be including a 24-hour fast over the weekend. If you do that, you shouldn't make this adventure too epic in terms of physical intensity, but instead use it as an opportunity for things like nature therapy, challenging your brain, doing something novel, etc. And this adventure can last anything from 40 minutes to several hours, depending on your activity and choices. And you can do this on a Saturday or a Sunday. Now, there are a few extras I'd recommend you sprinkle throughout the week, and I've included the days that I recommend you do these activities in the descriptions I'm about to give you. One is core foundation training. There's a really good book called True to Form that shows you how to do this properly. Read the whole book and then do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday routine on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and the Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday routine on, you guessed it, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. You can do these in the morning. They'll take about 5 to 10 minutes. So I'll put a link to that book over in the show notes at quickanddirtytips.com for this episode 321. Next is hot and cold. Using a dry sauna, a steam sauna, or an infrared sauna, do about 10 to 30 minutes in a sauna at least a couple of times a week, staying in there at least long enough to begin sweating, and preferably long enough to where you get a little bit hot. Now, it's okay to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and do any of the other day's activities in the sauna, like core foundation or mobility work, or you could do yoga or anything like that. You can simply read, breathe as well. Just stay away from phones and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and other forms of electricity in there. Now, another technique that's good to use in the sauna or in the pool, now be careful with this, is resisted breath work, restricted breath work, breathing exercises, or breath holds. I'll put a link in the show notes to some helpful resources on these tactics, but for this sauna session at least, you want to finish with a 2 to 5 minute cold shower, cold soak in a bath, cold pool, or any other cold thermogenesis type of activity. Another one that's really good for your lymph system is rebounding. And at any point during the day, throughout the year, you can jump on a rebounding trampoline for 5 to 15 minutes, alternating single and double leg bouncing to work on your hypoxic training while jumping. Because with hypoxic training, you have another tool that you can use to make your workouts perfect. So during any of the day's activities for the week, try to choose about 10 to 15 minutes to practice something called hypoxia. For example, if you're going to rebound, you could hold your breath for the first 15 seconds out of every 60 seconds of rebounding. Or during your sauna or during a yoga session, you can hold your breath during certain movements. You can even practice breath holds during the last few reps of a weight training exercise. Now, in addition, during every activity you do in this program, unless 100% necessary, like you're gasping for breath or getting lightheaded, try to breathe only through your nose, using deep abdominal or belly breathing. Now, there's a really good book called Breathe, another book called The Oxygen Advantage that will teach you all about proper breath work, and I'll put a link to both of those books in the show notes. Now, you can also do mobility work, and I highly recommend it unless you have your own personal live-in massage therapist. So choose a few days of the week, like preferably a Saturday or a Sunday, to do a full-body foam rolling routine, hitting every single section of your sore muscles. I'll put links to a few foam rolling routines in the notes as well. You could also, alternatively, if you just feel like laying back and letting somebody else do it, go in for a 60 to 90 minute full body massage 1 to 2 times a week. It will make a huge difference in the way that your body looks, feels, and performs. And for this, for your massage or for the foam rolling, if it's possible to blast your body with healing frequencies, I've found that to make an intense difference. There are CDs called Whole Tones CDs that have a form of sound and music therapy, so as you're foam rolling or getting a massage, you can actually get some really beneficial sounds pumped into your body. Now, this is close to it, but I'm including a few other quick tips for you. First of all, if you're working on all of these different moves, then I would recommend you put them all together and test yourself using something like gymnastics. Now, I just recently had an episode on why gymnastics training is so effective and why I'm going to start doing it 3 days of the week. I'll put some links in the show notes to a free handstand program, a full free year of gymnastics training, the website gymnasticswad.com, and this would be a perfect adventure or activity, for example, for a Wednesday or for a Saturday, or to fill in gaps if you have a little bit of extra time. All right, that's it. So in this 2-part series, you learned how to string together strength, power, speed, cardio, mobility, gymnastics, hypoxia, hot, cold, rebounding, brain training, and new sports and adventures to create the perfect workout plan for 2017. Now, I guarantee you'll achieve a level of full body fitness that you've never before experienced, along with getting a very nice body if you follow this routine. And if you would like to access everything I just talked about in a done-for-you calendar format, along with some other training, body care, and detox tips like coconut oil pulling and fasting and dry skin brushing and beyond, then head over to bengreenfieldfitness.com/detox plan to see a training plan I wrote that lays everything out for you in a daily plan with no guesswork. Now, in the meantime, if you have questions, comments, or feedback about the perfect workout for 2017, then you can join the conversation over at facebook.com/getfitguy. And until next time, I'm Ben Greenfield, the Get Fit Guy, asking you, what are you waiting for? Go get fit.